Hi guys, what's up? So in this video, I am going to tell you about the effects of storms on human society. So if you are not excited about this video, let's dive in it. My dears, shipwrecks are common with the passage of strong tropical cyclones. Such shipwrecks can change the course of history as well as influence art and literature. A hurricane led to a victory of the Spanish over the French for control of Fort Caroline and ultimately the Atlantic coast of North America in 1565. Strong winds from any storm type can damage or destroy vehicles, buildings, bridges, and other outside objects, turning loose debris into deadly flying projectiles. In the United States, major hurricanes comprise just 21% of all landfalling tropical cyclones but account for 83% of all damage. Tropical cyclones often knock out power to tens or hundreds of thousands of people, preventing vital communication and hampering rescue efforts. Tropical cyclones often destroy key bridges, overpasses, and roads, complicating efforts to transport food, clean water, and medicine to the areas that need it. Furthermore, the damage caused by tropical cyclones to buildings and dwellings can result in economic damage to a region and to a diaspora of the population of the region. The storm surge or the increase in sea level due to the cyclone is typically the worst effect from landfalling tropical cyclones, historically resulting in 90% of tropical cyclone deaths. The relatively quick surge in sea level can move miles or kilometers inland, flooding homes and cutting off escape routes. The storm surge and wind of hurricanes may be destructive to human-made structures, but they also stir up the waters of coastal estuaries, which are typically important fish breeding locales. Cloud to ground lightning frequently occurs within the phenomena of thunderstorms and have numerous hazards towards landscapes and populations. One of the more significant hazards lightning can pose is the wildfires that are capable of igniting. Under a regime of low precipitation thunderstorms where little precipitation is present, rainfall cannot prevent fires from starting when vegetation is dry, as lightning produces a concentrated amount of extreme heat. Wildfires can devastate vegetation and the biodiversity of an ecosystem. Wildfires that occur close to urban environments can inflict damages upon infrastructures, buildings, crops, and provide risks to explosions should the flames be exposed to gas pipes. Direct damage caused by lightning strikes occurs on occasion. In areas with a high frequency for cloud to ground lightning, like Florida, lightning causes several fatalities per year, most commonly to people working outside. Precipitation with low potential of hydrogen levels, otherwise known as acid rain, is also a frequent risk produced by lightning. Distilled water which contains no carbon dioxide has a neutral pH of 7. Liquids with a pH less than 7 are acidic, and those with a pH greater than 7 are bases. Clean or unpolluted rain has a slightly acidic pH of about 5.2. Because carbon dioxide and water in the air react together to form carbonic acid, a weak acid. pH 5.6 in distilled water. But unpolluted rain also contains other chemicals. Nitric oxide present during thunderstorm phenomena caused by the splitting of nitrogen molecules can result in the production of acid rain. If nitric oxide forms compounds with the water molecules in precipitation, thus creating acid rain. Acid rain can damage infrastructures containing calcite or other solid chemical compounds containing carbon. In ecosystems, acid rain can dissolve plant tissues of vegetations and increase acidification process in bodies of water and in soil, resulting in deaths of marine and terrestrial organisms. Hail damage to roofs often goes unnoticed until further structural damage is seen, such as leaks or cracks. It's hardest to recognize hail damage on shingled roofs and flat roofs, but all roofs have their own hail damage detection problems. Metal roofs are fairly resistant to hail damage but may accumulate cosmetic damage in the form of dents and damaged coatings. Hail is also a common nuisance to drivers of automobiles, severely denting the vehicle and cracking or even shattering windshields and windows. Rarely, massive hailstones have been known to cause concussions or fatal head trauma. Hailstorms have been the cause of costly and deadly events throughout history. One of the earliest recorded incidents occurred around the 9th century in Roopkund, Uttarakhand, India. The largest hailstone in terms of diameter and weight ever recorded in the United States fell on the July 23, 2010 in Vivian, South Dakota in the United States. It measured 8 inches in diameter and 18.62 inches in circumference, weighing in at 1.93 pounds. This broke the previous record for diameter set by a hailstone 7 inches diameter and 18.75 inches circumference, which fell in Aurora, Nebraska in the United States on June 22, 2003, as well as the record for weight set by a hailstone of 1.67 pounds that fell in Coffeyville, Kansas in 1970. Various hazards ranging from hail to lightning can affect outside technology facilities such as antennas, satellite dishes, and towers. As a result, companies with outside facilities have begun installing such facilities underground in order to reduce the risk of damage from storms. Substantial snowfall can disrupt public infrastructure and services, slowing human activity even in regions that are accustomed to such weather. Air and ground transport may be greatly inhibited or shut down entirely. Populations living in snow-prone areas have developed various ways to travel across the snow, such as skis, snowshoes, and sleds pulled by horses, dogs, or other animals, and later snowmobiles. Basic utilities such as electricity, telephone lines, and gas supply can also fail. In addition, snow can make roads much harder to travel, and vehicles attempting to use them can easily become stuck. The combined effects can lead to a snow day on which gatherings such as school, work, or church are officially cancelled. In areas that normally have very little or no snow, a snow day may occur when there is only light accumulation or even the threat of snowfall, since those areas are unprepared to handle any amount of snow. In some areas, such as some states in the United States, schools are given a yearly quota of snow days or calamity days. Once the quota is exceeded, the snow days must be made up. In other states, all snow days must be made up. For example, schools may extend the remaining school days later into the afternoon, shorter spring break, or delay the start of summer vacation. Accumulated snow is removed to make travel easier and safer and to decrease the long-term effect of a heavy snowfall. This process utilizes shovels and snowplows and is often assisted by sprinkling salt or other chloride-based chemicals which reduce the melting temperature of snow. In some areas with abundant snowfall, such as Yamagata Prefecture, Japan, people harvest snow and store it surrounded by insulation in ice houses. This allows the snows to be used through the summer for refrigeration and air conditioning, which requires far less electricity than traditional cooling methods. Hail can cause serious damage, notably to automobiles, aircraft, skylights, glass-roofed structures, livestock, and most commonly farmers' crops. Wheat, corn, soybeans, and tobacco are the most sensitive crops to hail damage. Hail is one of Canada's most expensive hazards. Snowfall can be beneficial to agriculture by serving as a thermal insulator, conserving the heat of the earth and protecting crops from sub-freezing weather. Some agricultural areas depend on an accumulation of snow during winter that will melt gradually in spring, providing water for crop growth. If it melts into water and refreezes upon sensitive crops such as oranges, the resulting ice will protect the fruit from exposure to lower temperatures. Although tropical cyclones take an enormous toll in lives and personal property that may be important factors in the precipitation regimes of places, that affect and bring much needed precipitation to otherwise dry regions. Hurricanes in the eastern North Pacific often supply moisture to the southwestern United States and parts of Mexico. Japan receives over half of its rainfall from typhoons. Hurricane Camille averted drought conditions and ended water deficits along much of its path, though it also killed 259 people and caused $9.14 billion in damage. So my dears, this was our video. Now I wanna turn it over to you. Press the like button if you really like the video or you get something new today. Also press subscribe red button and give it a new white color. And tell me about that point which you get new today. Goodbye, stay blessed, and bundle of thanks for watching.